What's going on, everyone? My name is John. I'm a filmmaker slash creator and your host for Make Limited Podcast, where we talk about how to change our circumstances when life happens. In other words, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Today, we're talking about giving, which will help you see Christmas in a different point of view. What's going on, everyone? I hope that you're having an amazing day. It is so awesome. It is crazy how the year just went by and we've been going through a bunch of stuff, but that is not the point that I want you to be facing today. It is Tuesday and it is the 22nd, and we are literally a couple of days from Christmas, and it's so amazing. And what I wanted to talk about today, and what I'm talking about today, is about giving, right? It's about giving, and it's one of the most powerful but yet less looked at, because we see it in some way as weakness, as belittled, and it doesn't really make a huge difference. So we think, right? But the power of giving is so much greater than what we could ever hope, dream, or imagine. The power of giving. There's this one verse in the Bible that says it's better to give than to receive. You see, and not too long ago, I actually heard this on YouTube. I don't remember quietly where I did hear it, but I believe it's a gentleman that wrote the book Rich Dad. If you haven't read the book, read the book. It's an amazing book. Anyways, so again, I saw him on YouTube, and it was very powerful what he said, because it's very, very simple. I'm pretty sure it's YouTube or Facebook, one of those two. Anyways, so he was talking about giving, and this is one of the things that inspired this podcast today. And he was talking about giving, and I was just so in awe, because I was like, man, that is so on point with what I believe. Is so on point with not only with what I believe, but is so true when it comes to the principle of giving. And in the fact that he said, I am a very rich man. He said. And so many people, let me say it this way. He said, let me say it again. He said, I'm a very rich man. I'm a rich man because I give. I give a lot of time. I give a lot. I work a lot. It's like, and I'm very busy. Some people, they want to just receive, and they want to work less. But the fact is that you need to give in order to receive. And that principle is even as true in the Bible as it is true as what he said. It is better to give than to receive. The more you give into something, the more you get out of it. I know it sounds crazy, right? But take, for example, let's say you want to get good at a sport, or you want to get good at a craft, whether it be, medical, or whether it be, social, whether it be artsy, whatever it is that you want to do, you want to, get better at it. Well, you need to give time. And that time is going to develop into practice. And that practice is going to develop your character, is going to develop who you are in that practice, what you believe in that practice, and everything. It's just going to build who you are. The more you practice it, the more you go into it, you're going to see things that you didn't think about. You're going to know about things that you didn't know. And it's just going to become something that you're going to become so good at that you're going to be able to be a professional. My point is, you have to give every single time in order to receive. And the point is, becoming a doctor, for example, the point is not to just receive the benefits of having, $100,000 or $200,000 a year being paid, right? Because you can make more than that just by being a person that is in the social media world, right? And so you can make that actually like in a month, or like in one day. So my point is, it's not the rewards that you're getting. It is what you're receiving from it. You're growing a skill. You're growing something that it's going to be valuable to helping others. Same thing with social media. You just don't become, a social media enthusiast by doing this one thing. No, you get better at it. You get, into it, and you start developing your gift. You start going and you start repeating what you're doing, and you start in some way learning from other people's experience, asking others, and you start growing, right? And all of this, we don't realize that giving is way better than receiving. I'm not gonna lie, it's really good receiving, right? It's amazing when you didn't have to do anything and all of a sudden somebody just boom gives you something. And I think this is why Christmas is so satisfying, is so, happy and enjoyed, because we all know we're excuse me. We all know we're going to receive something, right? Whether it be a gift, whether it be relatives over, whether it be food. I mean, we all have something for Christmas that we just super excited and we can't wait for, right? Super excited that we're going to receive something. And we just know that it's a time to give, right? A time to give and receive. But you know what's much sweeter? When you're the person shopping for someone and you're giving. And I know sometimes shopping get very tedious, but when you see that person just open their eyes and be like, "Wow, I can't believe you gave me that gift. Thank you so much." Right? Especially when you have kids and they're just so excited when you give them something that they have always wanted. And then they get super excited. Some of them start crying. Some of them start, yelling, blah, 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 and so forth. But the thing is that it is a beautiful thing to give, right? It is a beautiful thing to give. It's going to enrich your life. It's going to take you to the next level that you never thought. So wherever you are at today, wherever you're at, know this, that when you give, you're just not wasting time. You are developing yourself. You are investing in yourself, right? You are building yourself to become a better person. Now, again, even though there's a good side to everything, right, there's also a side that we need to be aware of. And that's a side that you do not want to give to the things that will only destroy your life. And it's not that I am preaching to you not to do, bad things. But what I am trying to tell you is that there are things in our lives, like in the Bible says, all things are permissible to you. They're all allowed to. You can go right now and you can, run in the street, right? Or you can go right now and go to McDonald's, but you've been in a diet. But you can go to McDonald's right now and get whatever meal you want. You can go to any job and apply for it. You can do it, but not everything is beneficial for you. And that is the point of giving, because whatever you give into, it's going to give back to you. Take a plant, for example, or a vegetable plant, right? The more you put into it, the more you take care of it, the more time you give it to it, right? The more positive things you say to it, the more it's going to give back to you. Right? Some of the biggest plants or fruits that we've seen in the world are in the jungle. Why? Because the jungle is like raining 24/7, and those plants have so much water, so much sun, so much, like that ground is so moist. Everything is just giving to those plants that they are growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The more you give it to a tree, the more water and sunlight you give to a tree, the bigger it grows. The more you give to a plant, the bigger it grows. And it's so crazy how those nutrients feed that plant, and that plant grows and grows and grows and grows. So again, whatever you're given into that is negative, you will produce something negative. Whatever it is that you're producing, that you're given into that is positive, will produce positive things. And another great thing that I have learned, okay, with giving, for you to have a wife, for you to have a girlfriend, for you that you're looking into having a girlfriend or a wife or just another relationship, right? And in general, but mainly directly to females, right? For us men out there, this is for you, so listen up. Whatever you give to whether it be a girl, whether it be a woman, and I don't mean just men. I mean also, teens, and I mean people who are learning how to be in a relationship. Whoever you are, specifically females, if whatever you are given to them, they're gonna incubate that and give it back to you double. Okay? Now, I want you to pay attention to this, because this is something that I learned from Dr. Miles that has helped me and has saved me from having like a huge misunderstanding when things like this happen. Okay? So, say for example, you give attitude to your lady, right? You give attitude to your lady, and you keep giving it to her, and you keep on with that attitude, with an ugly attitude, right? She tells you something, and you say something sarcastic. You tell her something else, and you tell her something sarcastic, and you just keep mistreating her. But the thing with ladies is that they incubate that. They keep it, and it keeps on growing. That's why when something happens and she just, boom, bursts out yelling and just going out all crazy, right? That's what we call it, us guys going crazy. We ask the question, what happened? What went wrong? What did I say? The thing is that it's not what you said that day. It's what you have said that has built to that time. Okay? And I believe each and every one of us have a bit like that. But specifically women is something that I have learned. And I appreciate that I have learned that, because it saved me. Again, it saved me from such headaches. And again, men, teenagers, and people who are learning to be in a relationship, what you give to someone is what's going to be produced back to you. So again, men, if you give to a woman bad things, you're going to produce and reap bad things. Okay? If you give to a woman good things, you're going to receive and produce good things. Right? And one of the things the Bible says is, blessed is the man who finds a good woman. Of course, I'm paraphrasing. But that is it. So before you find a good woman, make sure that you are being a good man, a good person, and are feeding everybody around you good. Good. So today, our podcast was about giving. Make sure that you give in order to receive. But you cannot put yourself in a place and give things that are evil and expect good. You got to give and put yourself into a place that you're giving into good to receive good back. So remember, it's better to give than to receive. Be the person who gives. Be the person who gives not only today, not only for Christmas, but the person who gives every single day of your life, and invest yourself into giving into good things so that your life will be blessed. Your life will be amazing. Your life will always be going to the next level. The more you water something and the more sunlight you give it, the more it grows. Remember that, okay? You have a great day, guys. This is your host, John, and I'm so glad that you were here with me today, and I will see you next time. Peace.